Playing board games with God. Now, this is an interesting topic, particularly because you're very interested in designing life's game, particularly your life's game. So, in unwrapping this idea a little bit further, we need to identify the aspects that make for a good game. The first is character equality. As you can see here, when the parents and children play a board game, they're clearly not equals. The parents are superior in just about every measurable category to their children. However, when they play the board game, they all take on a character that's essentially equal. There's a little bit of variance in color, maybe shape, but essentially the characters are all the same. And God's board game, which we call Earth, everybody has a character, and that would be a human body. To play this earthly board game that God's created, you need a human body, which is why, of course, He came and took a body for Himself so that He could play the game. So the character equality is important. Now, we're not equal with God, but when we play on this earthly board game, it's designed to promote equality between us and God so that we can participate in the experience together. And that leads to competitive equality. Now, human beings view competition this way. We view it as whoever gets to win the board game, they're the ultimate being. They have ruled over that board game, and they are essentially God of that board game until, of course, you play again. God does not view competition this way because He's perfect. You can't compete against Him. So He views it this way. You compete with Him, and the two of you together compete to build something amazing. And you say, well, what do I have to offer God? Well, He's got infinite knowledge. He's perfect and divine. However, you have something that's very interesting to Him. You have free will. You can twist things around, reshape them based on your ideas that will make God fascinated with how you do that. That's the essence of free will. You're truly unpredictable in what you can bring to the creative process. And that promotes creative equality. The real intention of this life, of this earthly board game God has created, is to teach us the basics of how to build our own board game. For you personally, to build a board game for your life and the world that you live in. And the essence of that board game is to invite God to play your game. And that's what we all want to do. We're born playing His game in this earthly realm. We have the body, we're learning the basics, but we all aspire to make a game that we can play with God. And that's very nerve-wracking to us because we don't feel like we have that right, but yet deep down, that's what we all want. We want creative equality with God. We want to be able to create our own life, our own board game, and we want God to play with us. And that's the essence, in a nutshell, of being human. So what can we learn about playing board games with God? Well, very simply, God wants you to design and play a unique game with Him.